The humid Miami air hangs heavy inside the studio. Perez Hilton sits before the glowing lens, his voice filling the digital space of TikTok with the usual energy. But the screen flickers, a glitch in the reality of the moment. Suddenly, his words catch. His hand claws at his chest as if trying to grab a heartbeat that has gone rogue. The color drains from his face, leaving behind a haunting, pale mask. He gasps, a desperate sound for air that never comes. The phone, his window to the world, slips from his trembling fingers. It hits the desk with a deafening thud. The camera tilts upward, staring blindly at the white ceiling tiles as the world watches in horror. Silence fills the room, a heavy, suffocating weight that contrasts with the digital chaos erupting on screen. Thousands of viewers watch the empty chair, their comments scrolling in a frantic, blurred river of, "Are you okay?" and "Is this a prank?" The seconds stretch into agonizing minutes. 5 minutes of absolute stillness, where the only sound is the hum of the electronics. Then, the sound of heavy footsteps shatters the void. A producer bursts into the frame, his face a map of pure terror. He reaches for Perez, his fingers trembling as he searches for a pulse. "Get a medic here now!" He screams into his walkie-talkie, his voice cracking with the weight of the emergency. The stream remains live, a voyeuristic window into a tragedy. Outside, the rhythmic wail of sirens cuts through the Miami night, growing louder and more urgent with every passing heartbeat. An ambulance screeches to the curb, its tires smoking against the pavement. Paramedics sprint toward the entrance, their heavy boots echoing against the lobby floor as they push through the glass doors. The elevator doors slide open with a mechanical hiss. They rush into the studio, a blur of blue uniforms and silver equipment. They lift Perez onto the cold metal of the stretcher. He is unresponsive, a shell of his former self, his eyes remaining closed against the bright studio lights. "Clear the way!" they shout, securing the black nylon straps across his chest. They wheel him out, the casters of the stretcher rattling violently over the floor transitions. Every second feels like an eternity. They move through the hallway, back into the elevator, and finally out into the night air where flashing red and blue lights illuminate the gathered crowd. The urgency is palpable, a life-and-death race captured in the reflections of the building's glass facade. A crowd gathers behind the yellow police tape, phones held high to record the aftermath. A reporter stands in the strobe light flicker of the emergency vehicles, adjusting her microphone with practiced precision. "We are live at the scene," she tells the camera, her voice steady but grave. Perez Hilton has been transported to the hospital in critical condition. The public narrative has begun. The ambulance doors slam shut with finality. The vehicle speeds away into the dark. The TikTok stream finally cuts to black, leaving fans in a void of uncertainty. The investigation begins, but the studio remains cold and silent.